Okay. When I was 16 years old, my English teacher at school sat me down and basically said, "You're never going to be able to be a writer." Now, the context to this was I had been to, this was my 5th secondary school. We had moved a lot as a family, and I'd changed curriculums mid-year, and I'd seen a lot of different styles, and I didn't really know myself, and I didn't really know my voice, and I was launched into Jane Austen, and I was supposed to be doing kind of expositions of Jane Austen.
One of my favourites, actually.
Well, quite. But there was a structure and a style of communicating that I was not familiar with. I mean, I'd literally just jumped off the plane from the United States, and everything just felt very different. And my teacher said to me, "Look, you're a little bit behind. You're only in this top set because of your timetable," which is always a way to encourage somebody like me. Otherwise, you're not good enough to be here, basically. And I said, "Okay, I've heard you, but what will it take for me to get better?" And he said, "Borrow 2 of the top students in the class's essays, read them, and then structure them differently."
Interesting.
And I did that, and I started writing for myself, and I found a new voice that I had never had before. And I started getting the top marks in the class. And I think it was a turning point for me, because it wasn't something that I wasn't good at. It was just something that I didn't know how to do.
Okay.
Now, a lot of people have bucket lists, and they're like, I want to climb Mount Kilimanjaro, or I want to see all 7 wonders of the world by the time I'm 40, or whatever. I'm not that person. I'm very kind of short-term goals kind of gal. But when I realised the power of storytelling, and when I realised that I had several stories to tell, I started writing a memoir. And that was about 5 years ago now, which I finished in 2021. And I spent 4 years trying to get a book agent to represent me so that I could sell it to publishers.
4 years?
4 years.
Wow.
Now, the irony is that I found a publisher for the book, and then I couldn't get consent from one of my parents to publish it. So they asked me to turn it into a novel, and I've been a little bit busy, so I haven't done that yet, but it's on my list. They then said, "Would you write this memoir instead?" Proposed a new memoir title. And so I started writing that, and it's with that book that I was able to secure a book agent. Fast forward 6 months, I've just gone on submission for a totally different book, lifestyle nonfiction, which is all about reframing our experiences so that we can ditch the drama, confront the chaos, and get what we want.
Jeez.
And so I think what I would say is writing is an iterative process. It requires a lot of tweaking and pivoting and adapting. Market trends are all over the place. It takes a long time to become a traditionally published author.
It sounds like it.
Yeah. And some people are lucky, right? They experience serendipity and everything just happens like this. I am not a person for whom that happens in my life. Even with the Spirit of God parting the Red Sea before me, that does not happen to me. So, I'm on the slower path, but I'm excited for what the future might bring as a published author. And I'm hoping that in the next few weeks and months, somebody will decide to purchase and publish.
Like, just in general, would you say that you love books? Like,
I love books. I'm
you
an
love
absolute
reading
bookworm.
books, or you're a bookworm?
Yeah, I love reading,
Yeah.
but I also love audiobooks. I really enjoy an audiobook. Except when I need to refer to it for something, right? So then my secret confession is that if I need a book for work, I will buy the book and I will listen to the audiobook version with the book in hand so I can write notes in the book as I'm listening to it. Which I don't think is what either of those processes are supposed to do, but when in Rome.